What's up, everybody? Brendan from Market Makers. Happy Friday, Friday afternoon, almost 3 o'clock. Guys, thank you so much for your support. You helped blow our room up. We have almost 3,000 people there now. Again, I say this all the time, but we started with 5 members in June. We have 3,000 now, and our YouTube has like 6,500. Guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel, please do so. It helps get the message out there for everybody else. And again, guys, check out our Discord information in the video description itself, okay? Guys, let's look at this crucial time for Bitcoin. Went over this yesterday, but sure enough, I told you yesterday, wait for the 75K thumbnails coming out. I literally said that number, the 75K thumbnails, and then today, one of the biggest perma bulls, who hasn't changed his TA in 2 years, has a 75K by October thumbnail. Guys, look at the current market state we are trading in. Don't look at the market you wish it to be. Right now, in the 4-hour time frame, we have the corrective market structure, right? The 52K top married to the 618 fib, okay? The 618, the most commonly retraced to number. And again, what is retracement? That means price declines, bounces back up, kisses it, and bounces back down. That's what that means. It's a retracement, okay? So guys, not only that, but when we did a volume analysis, I left this out yesterday. Part of the reason I was so stern about this corrective market structure at 52K, because that's the top of the bear market. Bitcoin will have been in a bear market on September 12th for 4 months, okay? Part of the reason I was so stern about that was, look at this. So you have the declination in volume. What does that mean? Well, that simply means Bitcoin has to pump to get above here, okay? There's no support to hold the price. So it's going to have to pump through the 618 retracement, through the top of the bear market to defeat this declination in volume. And then you have higher volume up here. And you may think, well, that's a good thing, right, Brendan? You have higher volume. No, because this volume will act as resistance. The same way you would draw resistance lines underneath these candle clusters, you have to break all those resistance lines. This is a lot to get through, guys. A lot to get through, okay? In Bitcoin, you would think to defeat this type of resistance, you're going to need a ton of momentum and velocity in the market. I would say that you are correct. Do you guys feel a ton of momentum and velocity in the market? Well, it doesn't have to be subjective because you can check it. Look at the longs in the market, guys. This is July. This is only a month ago. Look at July, way up here. We're over 50K Bitcoin. Where is all the excitement in the market? Why isn't this going like this? Why isn't it like that? The market seems meh, okay? And then look at the shorts, flat. Nobody seems to know what to do in the market. Everybody's just waiting to see what happens. YouTube doesn't seem to understand this is a huge, crucial moment for Bitcoin because of the 618, because of the corrective market structure, because of low volume, okay? And then when you look at the patterns at play, the beautiful, I mean, I'm like Bob Ross with this painting, right? Painting, drawing. But I'm like Bob Ross with this beautiful pattern that I predictively drew. Guys in the comments freaked out and got triggered because they said you're drawing patterns that don't exist. Well, guys, that's the difference between being predictive and being a leading indicator with your patterns versus a lagging indicator like moving averages. I drew this because I saw fibs and bars lining up the way they needed to, and I drew a pattern. And guys, look at this. It completed X to A to B on the dollar, down to C, and we're so close to completing D, okay? We have to get through the golden pocket, and Bitcoin's struggling to defeat the golden pocket to even get up here. This is part of the reason I think this pattern, if it does become validated, will be extremely strong because Bitcoin is clearly weak even though it's moving up, okay? It's moving up with institutional moves, guys. We talk about this all the time. The top 5 cryptos in this space are owned 90% or more by 1% of the wallets. You got to understand that they control the market. If they want to move it, they can. It's all about money. Is there enough money in there for them to move it up? Is there a reason for them to pump it up through this dead volume, through this hard volume? Is there going to be enough FOMO cow milking to come in for them to justify doing this? And that's what it boils down to, my friends. And when you look at the leverage plays in the market, it just doesn't look like it. And that's why I think Bitcoin's just kind of struggling, and that's why I think it's going to roll down. And when you look at the macro pattern at play, we don't even have to complete that baby butterfly, by the way, because the 618 is right here. All you have to do is get to that 618, and you're kissing the 618, and you're validating that point, and then you're going to see, like I said, because what does the retracement do? It chews up the price and spits it out. So if it rejects off the 618, price is going to roll. And guys, this could take months. This could take days. This could take weeks. We don't know. Bitcoin could go sideways for as long as it wants to, okay? But at some point, it's going to decline, kick off one of these retracements, and start moving back up, okay? That's what's going to happen. And then this would be your new top. And guys, and again, that's if this pattern validates. But, nobody wants Bitcoin to crash and burn, but we don't trade in the market that we want. We trade in the market that we have, okay? And so you got to be aware of that. If you want to trade, you want to hold or whatever, you got to be aware of the market and the patterns that play, because that's how you make money. That's the difference between having this bull run experience be profitable for you or be married to a narrative like 200K, and if it doesn't come true, you're just broke and stuck. Okay, so be aware of that. One of the guys I like to follow, everybody talks about Gareth Soloway. Again, he's 50 to 52K, Gareth Soloway said, then down to the teens, okay? Crypto Savvy has similar numbers to me. I've heard other people have similar numbers to me. And guys, Dominic Frisby, earlier this year, he literally wrote the book called Bitcoin, okay? He's an author, best-selling author, comedian, multi-million-dollar investor in Bitcoin, right? He wrote the book on Bitcoin. Earlier this year, he was on some of the networks, including YouTube, saying Bitcoin's going to go to the high 50s. This is back in January. Bitcoin's going to the high 50s, and then it's going to get cut in half at some point. Okay, and then what happened? Within 5 months, Bitcoin went to 64K, and then it got cut down by 55% actually. So let me play you a clip. Keep in mind, this is a big Bitcoin advocate, and this is what he's saying about the current state of Bitcoin from a few days ago. And you should listen to his whole clip. I'm only going to play a segment. His whole clip, he talks about the cycles of Bitcoin and what it goes through, which is what he wrote about in the book. But listen to his clip, and this is from an advocate.
Now Bitcoin's had a bit of a rally to $50,000. It's looking good. The bears have gone quiet. The bulls are all saying we're going to $100,000. Heck, why not? It's going to $1 million. Remember the golden rule of frustrating consolidations. If it can frustrate, it will frustrate. The rule of sod is at play. And this rally to $50,000 might be the real deal. I suspect not, however. You have to own some Bitcoin. Its potential is too great not to have some exposure. The risk is not owning it. I've said that many times. But such is the nature of frustrating consolidations, I don't think we're going to the moon just yet. This is one of those times where I'll be glad to be wrong, but I rather suspect we have many more months of grind before the next quiet accumulation and frenzy and blow off top. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe.
Many more months. I completely agree with that. Like, Bitcoin is going to go back and forth. It's going to range trade for many, many months. And I fully agree with that, guys. And then, of course, right off to the right here, Bitcoin will hit $1 million the next halving. Guys, understand what you're watching when you watch stuff like that. And that got 22,000 views, okay? That's people who get paid from their YouTube. That guy gets a big check from his YouTube, and he puts clickbait out there. Just like this 75K in October, just like 200K, whether Bitcoin is at 28K or 50K. These guys get big checks, and it's all just marketing. It's professional marketing. I want to leave you with an image again that I showed you last time. But first, let's look at that macro view again really quick so I can show you this on the image. So this is the whole bull run. You see your high up here, right? 65K, right up there. This will be your first dead cat bounce right here. This would be your second dead cat bounce right here. So picture this in your mind. You have that mountaintop, and then you have this mountaintop. Guys, this is messy. Then you have this mountaintop, okay? I want to show you an image that looks exactly like this, and it is from the 2018 bear market. Look at this. There's your high, there's your blow off top, and then boom, the lower high, which is where you're at now, right at that 50K, 51K, and then that's going to be your 57K. Amazing how patterns repeat themselves. You're going to have that lower high, and then you're going to fall back down and have a pump and come back up. And this is Bitcoin, in my opinion, right here. You're literally in this first grid. And if you look at that, I mean, it's actually incredible if you look at that image from the 2018 market, the blow off top, lower high, defeat the lower high, and then crash back down. And then again, all you got to do is look at the screen, guys. Look at the screen. I mean, it's playing out in front of your face. The exact same pattern. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. You have your high, this will be your lower high, and then this will be your slightly higher high than your lower high, and then the price, as is predicted by the Gartley pattern, by the way, will start to decline and work its way down to 15K Bitcoin, which would be 85%. Well, that would be 75% off its high. If it got to 85% off its high, which it did last cycle, then it would be at 10K Bitcoin, okay? So just keep that in mind, guys. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Spend it with your family and friends. Guys, I will talk to you soon. Another video update coming. Take care.